Hey everyone, so I just wanted to share this quick story time about how I got rejected by a 61-year-old. First of all, I have zero filters on, none whatsoever. I don't have any face smoothing on. I have zero. I know that's like crazy that I'm on TikTok and I have zero filters because I just want you guys to see how I look. Make sure, yeah, how I look in real life, like no alteration, because this story is about how I got rejected by a 61-year-old. I have a Corvette E-Ray, which is a nice car. You can see it on my channel.
I mean, from looking at your profile, it might have been because you have an OnlyFans. Maybe that's what it is.
I don't get how men don't understand that if you would just shut up and listen to what your girlfriend is trying to tell you, A, you might actually understand the point she's trying to make. B, she would actually feel heard, which would then diffuse the situation. Just shut up for a second. Nobody wants to constantly hear your fucking logical explanation. Women are not always being dramatic and trying to cause a problem from something. Sometimes just shut up and listen with your fucking ears. Hope that helps. Okay, love you, bye.
Which broke bitch came to the front of the line and said that it is going to now be the standard for women to give on Valentine's Day? Step up. We got some questions for you, baby. We got some questions. Because how broke were you? What were you going through to where you was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to give this something he's already had every day. I'm going to put some lingerie on it, though. It's like, bro, it's not like you brought a new into the equation, you got him a prostitute or somebody else to sleep with. He's trying a new. This is the exact same he had the night before. So why 24 hours later is it considered a gift? Why wasn't it a gift yesterday? Why is it a gift today? Who thought of that? And I'm so embarrassed because who the fuck made this the standard for women? They already think we broke. They already make fun of us for begging all the time. They already say we don't take care of our kids. They really be out here talking so bad about us, and it all be facts. It be straight fucking facts. Now imagine a man on your birthday saying, you like, babe, where's my gift? And unzip his pants. You'd be sick. Anybody be like, what the fuck? This dude, you'd call TMZ. You'd write the shade room. Everybody gonna know what this. You won't take a picture of it and tell everybody what he did. But when it's reverse, women, oh babe, my gift for you is my fish. Nobody want that used ass fish nugget shit. Get out of here. It's just it does not make sense. I'm like, who thought of this? Why do y'all think that Valentine's Day is not a shared holiday? Valentine's Day, they're like, oh, he's zesty if he wants something. How? For wanting to feel loved and appreciated on a holiday that is literally about love and appreciation. So where are we getting confused here? I'm just I don't know, women. On this one, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say we gotta step it up, y'all.
Oh, your boyfriend's been really controlling? I'm so sorry. What's he doing? Oh, he said he didn't want you to go to the club without him? Well, just go with him. Oh, you don't want to go to the club with him? Okay, and he doesn't want you to follow other dudes on Instagram? I mean, why are you following other dudes on Instagram if you have a boyfriend? You asked him if he would still love you if you were a worm, and he said no? For sure. You posted a bikini picture on Instagram and he told you to take it down? Why are you posting a bikini picture if you have a boyfriend? He asked you to pay for dinner one time after he paid for dinner 10 times? Of course. This guy sounds super awful. I mean, really, this guy sounds terrible. Good luck with that. Praying for you.
Not every girl is a victim in a breakup just because she's a girl, and I'm gonna need y'all to stop infantilizing women who are horrible partners and horrible exes. This can apply to all kinds of relationships in different ways, but I'm specifically talking about heterosexual relationships. Whenever there's a conversation online about an ex-girlfriend behaving in a way that is off-putting and weird and low-key dangerous, people are so quick to sympathize with her and make excuses for her, and it's always other women, and it's their initial response to just put the blame on everybody else involved. The boyfriend, the new girlfriend, but never the ex. It's always the boyfriend must still be entertaining her. Ooh, the new girlfriend must be taunting her. Some people are just weird and crazy. And I don't like to use the crazy ex-girlfriend label, but some of y'all are. You know that tweet that's like, I don't support all women. Some of you bitches are dumb. I don't support all women. Some of you bitches have abusive tendencies. Some of you bitches move in a way that makes other people feel unsafe. And I'm gonna need y'all to stop treating women like babies and start treating them like women. Because it's not the feminist power move you think it is to have the mindset that women can never do anything wrong and never make mistakes and they're never at fault. What you're doing is you're not seeing them as a human being. Which is the point of feminism. You're not treating them like they have complexities and they have a past and they have darkness in them, as all humans do. If you actually see someone as a human and respect them as an individual, you are going to be able to see the reasoning behind why they do what they do and still say it's not okay that you did it. You're gonna have standards for them. You're not just gonna let them do whatever the fuck they want and then coddle them like a baby when they make mistakes and hurt people. People have complexities and are designed to make mistakes, and some mistakes are really, really bad. And I sound like I'm teaching a kindergarten class right now, but I guess some people still need to learn this lesson. People frame it as like sisterhood to always take the side of the ex-girlfriend no matter what she did. But like, sorry, I don't relate to girls who cheat on their partners. I don't relate to girls who want to control their partners. I don't relate to girls who want to mistreat their partners because I love my partner. I'm not gonna stand by people who have treated him like shit and done those things to him just because we have this one thing in common. Like, I'm not your sister. This is not sisterhood. What are we talking about? And people get really weird when it comes to ex-girlfriends stalking their ex-boyfriend and the new girlfriend. And if the ex-girlfriend is called out, then strangers who know nothing about the situation just go, poor girl. She must be so sad. Maybe she was a horrible partner. Did we ever consider that maybe she was a horrible partner and now she can't let it go and she needs to learn boundaries? When it comes to my relationship, I'm not gonna coddle people who have treated my boyfriend like shit, and I'm not gonna tolerate those people keeping tabs on me and us so that they can feel like they have access to him. You got that access revoked as soon as you did what you did. Personally, when I see stalker behavior, I'm gonna call that shit out and cut that shit off. I don't care who you are, I don't care what your relation is to me, you're not gonna disturb my peace on my cellular device, especially when my relationship is involved. And I know a lot of people just like to project their feelings about their own life onto a situation that they know nothing about, and they like to defend the ex-girlfriend so that they, as an ex-girlfriend, can feel avenged. Bless your heart. I hope you recover from whatever you've been through, but me personally, I don't support women's wrongs. Some of y'all are fucked up.
It's so funny when guys are like, you really would never do 50-50. All right, let's explain 50-50 from a man, from a man brain. Let's explain 50-50. Basically, women do all the chores. They do all the cooking and the cleaning. They also pay half the bills. They work 40 hours a week while also bearing children and taking care of all of the children. That is what a man thinks in his head when he thinks 50-50. And somehow that's fair to them. I don't understand that. How dare you want a man to provide for you? How dare you want to be a stay-at-home mom? How dare you? Even though men want you to risk your mental health, they want you to risk your own life, they want you to have children, to change your body, to change all of these things about you, yet they don't want to pay for it. The least you can do is provide if you want me to go through all of that, especially multiple times and having multiple children. Oh, and let's not forget, these same men crying about 50-50 are the same ones that will leave you after you've had a kid or multiple kids because your body isn't the same and you don't look the same and all of that. You're usually cheating already anyways, so.
I think a lot of women don't consider themselves a bill. I think they say, oh, I'm going to pay the bill. But when you go out on dates and stuff like that, that's actually a chore, right? When y'all go out, y'all want the man to put the car down. Well, it's coming out of the same account. This and that. I get what you're saying, but him having to cater to you and the children on a monthly basis is an actual chore. I know y'all like to say that y'all are the only ones that cater to men, but him catering to you is a chore as well. But you don't see yourself as a chore because you think that you clean up after yourself. You think that you're the most perfect, most tidiest person alive, when that's actually not it. You only see the things that you want to see. You don't see how dirty you can be. You don't see how forgetful or understand how forgetful you can be. You don't understand how much of a procrastinator you can be, to where all of the stuff that you didn't get done, that you thought you got done, and he goes back behind you and does. You don't see that because you just out of sight, out of mind. I wouldn't know because I didn't know that that's what I was doing. But because he doesn't say anything to you about it, he just, oh, my wife did this or she didn't do this. I just pick up and do it and I don't throw it in her face. Well, you don't know that you don't know he's actually doing more than what you think he is. And you don't know that even when you think, well, I'm doing this for the kids, I'm doing that for the kids, I'm doing this at their house, I'm doing that for the house. There's a lot of stuff that you're leaving behind that you're not giving him credit for picking up behind you or fixing for you. There's a lot of things, cars, even with the kids. Even I took them to the doctor and they needed this, and this, and then he might get there and he might call and say, hey, doc, my wife said X, Y, and Z, but this doesn't seem right based on my experience. Can you help me understand why we're doing this and maybe for how long we need to do it? Oh, she was saying you needed to do this, and this, and this was the issue. This is not right. So the kid has this symptom. So now dad has to take off work and go fix the issue, but he doesn't really put it in your face. If he does say something, he says, hey, I called the doctor because something was weird and he actually told me to get this medicine. So this is the new medicine right here. Oh, I wish you would have told me. No, it's no problem. I just went and did it myself. That's what a man does. But because y'all get on here and y'all continue to try to lift yourselves up in relationships and act like you're doing so much, you don't actually know what a man is doing. Neither do you care to know. And so you keep on complaining, talking about you're doing majority of the work, and you're actually not.
Here's what the scripture says. He that finds a wife finds a good thing. Didn't say he that finds a girl that he's attracted to, who he then begins to date, who he then calls his girlfriend, who he then buys a ring, proposes, and makes her his fiance, who he then marries later, who becomes his wife. You're not a wife when I marry you. You're a wife when I find you. You become my wife when I marry you. But a wife is not the presence of a ring. It's the presence of your character. Too many women want to be married, but you're walking in the spirit of girlfriend. Ask the Lord to deliver you from that spirit and carry yourself like you're already taken. And I promise you, when you carry yourself like a wife, a husband will find you. But if you keep walking like a girlfriend, boys will play with you.
And that's what we see with a lot of modern women. They don't even move like girlfriends. They move like street workers. And they get treated like street workers. And then they get mad at men because they want to be differentiated as a wife and not a street worker. Well, that's what you're acting like.
A secure man won't really ask you about your body count, I feel like. I mean, why does he care / want to know? Like, that's none of your business. Like, I don't ask, like, that's not even a thing I really think about. It's like, what's this man's body count? Unless he's like the town bike or the community bike, which I've encountered a few times, which I get wary about those guys. I'm sure they get wary about me too. So it's two-way street. It's an antiquated way of thinking.
You don't care because women don't care about body count. But if it's reversed, they do care. Guys do care because men and women care about different things. So they're not going to take the town seriously, but you could take the town bike seriously if he was really cute and it was a phase and you just don't care.
Well, when you were saying, unless they're the town bike, which is why you would ask the question, what's your body count? Because I don't know if you're the town bike or not. And if you're not the town bike, then let me know.
Because they'll never tell you the role that they played in the breakup.
He was not satisfied at home. I don't know how many different girlfriends he had during this time, but I think there were quite a few. Young women, listen to my advice. If you're married and you think you're happily married and your husband starts to cheat on you, he's a piece of shit. And look at him as a piece of shit and get out of it. Get out of that marriage. But I couldn't do that. Couldn't walk away.
Didn't you have an affair early on in the relationship or when you were a stockbroker?
Yeah, but I don't think Andy ever knew about that.
He did say he knew about it.
He did?
Yes, you would confess to him.
Oh.
He says he didn't stray from the marriage until you told him you had already strayed.
Oh, that's not true. I don't think.
Stop lying! Stop lying!
But what happened? You had an affair?
I had a very brief affair with a very attractive Irish man. And it was just nothing.
It's a dirty game. Stay focused, though.
Are we judging men for their body counts?
You can if you want to.
Absolutely.
Nothing stops women from judging men for it.
I don't think a body count should determine your value to another person.
If body count shouldn't matter, doesn't matter, what's your body count?
1.
5. I'm not sharing this.
Do you want to do range, ballpark?
Under 25.
Did you lose track?
It's not like every time I went and wrote it in my notebook, but sure. I have an idea.
0. I don't know off the top of my head.
Ballpark range?
More than 10, less than 25.
Did you lose track?
No, I'm just not really a counter.
Okay.
8.
Okay.
I'm married and I'm not giving that information.
Me, just
okay.
Out of respect for my husband, yeah, definitely not.
I don't know how I feel about the, the married woman. Like, I guess, she said out of respect for my husband. I can kind of dig that. Because if you say, well, I don't know. I don't know. It might not be nothing bad, so I don't want to assume the worst.
You don't really know who you're dating until you've had your first real fight. If you want to know if your woman actually respects you, it's not that complicated. You just have to watch her when she's pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. See, when things are calm and the love is easy, everyone is nice.
Yeah.
There's no drama, so everyone plays the part. But when she's heated, that's when the filter drops and the real truth starts leaking out. You need to listen. Really listen to the words she throws at you when she's mad. Ask yourself, is she sticking to the actual problem or is she going below the belt? If you're arguing about one thing, is she dragging up stuff from 6 months ago? Is she throwing your private pillow talk conversations back in your face? If she's using your fears and your insecurities as weapons just to hurt you, pay attention. Does she still protect your dignity even in the middle of a blowout? Or is her only goal to win at any cost? Anger doesn't create new values. It just exposes what was already hiding under the surface.
Yeah.
It shows you who she really is when she's not trying to be sweet. Another thing, how does she act when you're the one who's upset? Does she try to de-escalate things or does she just pour gasoline on the fire? Does she see your pain and still choose to stay respectful? Or does she flip the script and make the whole thing about her? Anyone can be an angel when they're happy, but real respect, that's only proven in the storm. Respect is the root of the whole relationship. And if the root is rotten when things get tough, the whole tree is going to fall eventually.
Yo, ladies, who are the pictures for really?
I promise this is a serious question. When y'all be doing them photo shoots in lingerie and putting that shit on Instagram, who are the pictures for? Like, they're obviously not for your family, like for the future. They're obviously not for your man because you posted them on social media. So who are they for? Like, were they just for you to post? You took pictures in fucking lingerie just for you to post? Like, I'm really genuinely curious. Like, that's why I'm asking.
This woman is saying the quiet part out loud, and we already know the truth. When y'all say, oh, I'm just doing it for me, it's complete bullshit. You're doing it for attention. You're doing it to show your goods. You think you look good, but it's not for you. If it was for you, it could just be fine in your phone. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your family to see you like that. But if you got a man and you doing this shit, yeah, this is grounds for termination right there. But you're not doing it for you, and y'all will lie through your teeth. No accountability taken. It's like when you go out in a skimpy ass, skirt that shows your ass damn near tits all out. Oh, I look good. No, you're doing it for attention. Because downtown, in the club, wherever, that's where single people congregate. And you're looking to get attention. You're looking to get some free drinks. If you got a man doing that shit, your man's either a simp or you just a ho. But yeah, none of this shit is done for yourself. They be lying. Don't let no other chick tell you I'm just doing it for me, because she's lying through her fucking teeth. It's for mad attention. And even this woman knows. If you got a brain, which she does right here, it's easy to tell. We see through them lies, girl.
I have a question, because I know you've mentioned it a few times where you say you don't approach women unless they give you...
I don't show them intent. I approach women all the time.
They have to earn it, basically.
Earn my intent.
Right. So as a woman that's looking for not just some guy that's like, you're beautiful or whatever, like the simp version of what you guys are saying not to do.
Sure.
What would earn that attention? Because as somebody who's looking for that...
Very good question. The answer is compliance. Not to be insulting, but what if I'm a man who has had enough experiences with beautiful women that I can talk to you and not be affected by your physical attractiveness and get to know you? And then when you show me compliance, then you've earned me hitting, you've earned me hit on you. You've earned my intent. Okay. So it's like, hey, the charity event I told her about, we're going to raise $100,000 for animals. You showed up to the event. It's like, hey, thank you for inviting me. And you showed up. That's a little piece of compliance. Hey, come over here. Come with me and meet my friends. That's a little piece of compliance. Hey, come over and sit at the table. Tell me about yourself. What do you do at work? And you just talk. That's a little piece of compliance. compliance. You know what? Afterwards, we're going to go have the greatest goddamn blueberry muffin in the world at Peppermill. Oh, you'd like to come? That's a little piece of compliance. You walk with me to my car. That's a little piece of compliance. Those things are pieces of compliance. Added up compliance then leads to my intent, but not before. I will never do the stuff that this guy was doing. And that's why I teach guys. I don't show intent until a girl shows me compliance.
For me, we gotta be going in the same direction, right? And that's why I be on the phone for so long, because I'm trying to gauge if you're going to be on the same page with me, which is what he's saying. Are you going to comply? Are you going to listen to what I have to say? Okay, well then, yeah, if that's the case, I would like to pursue you.
Women don't know that to conceal is the default for men. Conceal anything that can be used against you. And we want you to open up and tell me about your feelings and your emotions, and I will use them against you. I'll start by revealing it to my friends, all the special deep things you told me, not knowing that that's a betrayal. But I'll tell them about it because then they'll know how important I am to you.
One of the biggest mistakes women make, and one of the things they don't think about, because this comes naturally to women. Granted, because historically speaking, sharing information is how they survive. But ladies, please understand, there must be limits to this. The intimate or private things your man shares with you have to be locked in a vault. If not, trust dies. And along with that, the relationship will follow. God bless.
When men ask women what they bring to the table, what are they looking to hear? Because I noticed that a lot of women, when they're asked that question, they say, I have this degree, I have that degree, I have that business, I have this, and it brings in all this income.
Yeah,
what are
well,
they?
men ask that question and then women speak about their accomplishments,
Right.
But that is not the answer that men are looking for.
What do you want to hear?
So, yeah, the answer that men want to hear is, because once again, attraction isn't symmetrical. Like the things that you want in a man, the man doesn't want those same things back. So what a man wants to hear is, I can cook, I can clean, I'll be a good helpmate, I'll support you, I'll help you accomplish your dreams. Things like that is what a man wants to hear. I'll listen to you, I'll respect you, I'll be loyal to you. That's what the woman brings to the table.
If your body count is under 50, do me a favor and go outside and live a little bit.
She said to go outside and bust that coochie wide open. Yeah, that's what she said. Why is your body count at 50 to begin with? You are already a whore. Your self-esteem is on the floor. And she's encouraging you to now walk all over it. 50! And she's telling you that you haven't lived enough yet. If you ask me, you've lived too much. You are doing too much. You've done too much. And you need to stop. If your body count is at 50, you should never get into another relationship. Ever. Just stay single for the rest of your life. I mean, you're already in a shit situation, but you don't have to make it worse. You don't have to listen to women like that and have no self-respect. Love yourself first, okay?
A lot of people not gonna like me for what I'm about to say. And I don't care. I'm still going to say it. I honestly believe that some women are jealous of the man for what he is capable of and what she lacks. For example, yes, a woman can raise a daughter into a woman, but a woman cannot raise a boy into a man. Baby, you got until maybe 10 years old before he grows up to start being stronger, taller, and less afraid of her, where your authority won't even matter. Somebody's going to have to step in. Then most single mothers are on government assistance just to fill in for the man not being in the house. You know? Yeah. But a man can raise a son and a daughter into adulthood to have better morals and emotional stability, more success under their belt, better decision making. Yeah. Great self-esteem, accountability. And the list goes on. I mean, fathers, right? But don't be mad. Don't argue about that. Be proud. You can benefit from that. All you got to do is let the man in the house. Let that man be a man. Let that man be a father. And you'll reap all the benefits of you having a really great household just for letting a man do what he's designed to do. But get this. Not only can a man raise both a son and a daughter with ease with no government assistance, I know, so unfair, he can also bring a woman into womanhood. You know, that's why the father gives away the daughter when they get married. And you see, a man can teach a woman how to be a good wife. He can. And a man can help a mother be a better mother. I know. Look at the man. Some of y'all are just jealous of how capable the man is, when really you should be proud of all the benefits that come with having a man that is that capable. You're looking at it wrong, love. Don't you just love the man?
Sensational. It's just structure in the way that you look at things. Like I don't think it's that difficult. I know women. I know there's a lot of women out there that are like, oh, well, I have to do this, 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 this. A lot of times they get stuck on the small things. They'll say, I'm teaching him to love and do this, 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 and that, which is important. But in order to love, you need to survive. You need to be alive. So while you're out here singing Kumbaya and loving and hugging on people, this man or this woman's about to take your life. I'm sorry, sir. I love you. But you need to get out of my face. You need to get out of my face right now. Hey, love me from over across the street. Sir, ma'am, I'm here trying to pump my gas. I'm trying to get home to my babies. Move out the way. Why y'all want to sit up here and, oh yeah, I'm teaching them to be a decent human being and to treat girls like this, da da da, and all that's great. Until that woman starts sending you requests for $100. Oh, I got this Temu stuff that I want. I got this stuff on Shein that I want. You 12 years old. What you doing asking for $100? Where's your parents at? Oh, they in the other room, but I'm gonna need your son, your 12-year-old, 13, 14-year-old son to come up off that $100. And he gonna be like, no, we need to get some order around here real fast. And that's what you see men doing naturally, frequently, establishing order. Hey, it's not a there's not a democracy that we don't all have a vote. It's your boy. I'm gonna listen to what you're saying, and I love you, but this is the direction that we're going. Am I gonna be right all the time? Absolutely not. But whenever you get your house and you pay your bills, you can tell me what to do in your house. But until then, you on my team now? This is the way we're going. And the people behind him, that includes men or women, boys or girls, they got to line up to that. Well, daddy said I can't go. Structure. Well, you know, I was going to try to sneak out and go to, I was going to try to go to a little girl down the street. I was going to try to go to her house. But then daddy looked in that room and said, where you going? Oh, come on, daddy. No, get back in that room, son. Get back in that room, little girl. You ain't going nowhere to meet no little boy. Move out the way. Get out my face. I'm trying to watch TV. Move. That's it. But y'all be trying to, oh, let me sit down and talk to you about this, this, and that. And there is a time for that. There is a time for that. Absolutely. You should sit your kids down and explain to them why you can't do things. But too many times, some of these women out here be trying to be the baby's friends, the children's friends. Stop doing that. Now, I done seen some others out here that do have that structure, and they say, no, we're not doing that. And that boy can be 6 foot tall, and she down there at 5'1", telling him what to do. Yes, ma'am. Yep. Yes, mama. Oh, what you need, mama? Until she died. Until she died. And then stood up. I love my mama. Stood up there, organized the whole thing. Yeah, I love my mama. She was this, da, 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 da. So they can command respect. You got that structure. You got that vision that this is where we're going to go. And if you're going to live in this house, this is what you're going to do. They'll figure out real quick that the world is not a pleasant place. You got to get it on your own. And then they be slinking on back to mom. Yes, ma'am. Now, didn't I tell you? Oh, yes, ma'am, you did. All right, then. Now, here's how we're going to run in my house until you get your stuff. Now that you're a grown man, I'm going to treat you with the respect of a man. But I see you went out there and you had to learn a couple things.
It is so hard to bite my tongue when people are announcing pregnancies and engagements, and I'm like, do you not see the world falling apart and you're trying to selfishly start a family? That is—
Anyway, here's my baby girl. She's 16 weeks old. John and I cannot wait for her to enter the world and for us to meet this little human being. Are you kidding? There are always crazy things happening in the world and human beings keep going. This is how we are choosing to keep going. And some may view that as selfish, but I view it as living for somebody other than yourself. And that's what I get to do every single day with my love, John, and this little girl. I have always wanted to be a mother, and there is no shame in that. So surprise, guys!
Too many men waste away their 20s dating the wrong women, so I made a list of the top women you want to avoid in 2026 coming from a man who is married. If she vapes, cut her off immediately. If she calls male celebrities hot, ew, gone. If she hates the idea of being a mother, okay, you don't want to procreate, what's the point of dating then? You're going to be very lonely in the future. If she goes out on weekends, bonus if she dresses unmodest. Cut. If she's ungrateful for the little things, what an insufferable person to be around. If she has a past history of cheating, okay, again, patterns do not lie. Avoid. Cut. If she doesn't say thank you after buying dinner, again, what an insufferable person to be around. If she sucks at communicating and is avoidant during hard conversations, that one is going to save you a lot of trouble. Cut. If you say no guy friends and she says that's controlling, terrible mindset, cut her immediately, block her. If she doesn't make you sourdough and can't cook, thank me later.
Hi, what's your name?
Austin, what's up?
What topic are you here for?
I'm just curious as to why, like, your stance on body count is why, why is that your stance?
Because I'm logical and I stick to facts.
Okay, so in terms of, like, someone wanting to know their body count, why does that make them what you're describing it to be?
Because you're a dum-dum who makes up stories in your head instead of sticking to facts like a logical person.
So if someone has a certain set of morals,
you mean you're morally bankrupt because you told yourself you control other people's bodies and sexuality, so you ask them what their body count is to find out if they followed your
I would just consider it a preference.
I told myself you could have 5 bodies, but no more than that. I'm gonna ask you what your body count is because I'm morally bankrupt. Do you know who you came here to control, little boy? Do you know? Hey, little boy, I'm talking to you, little boy. Do you know who you came here to control? What's your answer? Who did you come here to control?
Nobody. I just wanted to understand. I wanted to understand why you feel the way you feel.
So you asking what somebody's body count is shows that you just lied to me because you think you're here to control another female. I gotta let you go because you're too dumb to hear me. I'm gonna let you go so I can talk to my people because you're too dumb. You're too dumb to hear me speak. So we get rid of these pathetic losers that are morally bankrupt and lied to your face. So I said, who did you come here to control? He goes, me. But that's a lie. He thought he came here to control your body and sexuality, which is why he makes it a moral thing about how many people you slept with consensually before this little loser showed up in your life. So notice how pathetic he is in the circles he goes around like a turd that won't go down the toilet drain. Pathetic little circles. Morally, just here to control me, but what's your body count?
So that is hilarious. She went straight to saying facts and logical, but there was nothing logical or factual about what she was saying. Instead, she went straight to ad hominems and over talking. She also then strawman that man's argument, calling more insults. Like, I saw nothing but emotion in the whole entire argument. Now look, if some of you guys feel like body count doesn't matter, then by all means, who gives a fuck if whether or not you think it matters? Now, based on logic and facts, and science. And I'll throw in a little morality. Yes, it kind of does matter. And since I happen to be at my desk, I'm here on my keyboard and I'm about to type in why it matters based on the NIH, which is the National Institute of Health. Let me get my glasses ready. So, having multiple sexual partners is not defined by specific numbers too many. However, research links higher partner counts with increased risks of STIs, pelvic inflammatory disease, and other chronic illnesses. And that is from NIH and NCBI. And this is mainly for women, that we have a very likelihood that the likelihood is a lot higher for us because of STIs and pelvic inflammatory diseases. There's also long-term possible chronic illnesses, higher reported rates of cancer, and long-standing illnesses. It also shows that mental health research has indicated an association between higher numbers of sexual partners and increased risk of substance dependence disorders and also mental illnesses. It also shows in the NIH that you also have a much higher rate of infidelity involved. People having sex with so many people, they won't find themselves easily satisfied. It's always going to be a competition to who is going to be better. So if this is a thing where if it's showing actual statistics and studies that have determined that having multiple partners can lead to physical, psychological, and even emotional problems, why on earth should we encourage this? Yet that lady went ahead and just cut out that guy and didn't even care. I even tried to tell her that I disagree, and all she did was mute me under the comment section and immediately blocked me out of her life. That lady doesn't want a conversation. She wants an echo chamber. And overall, she's just a fucking misandrist. That's all she is.
The man should try to ask a question. I mean, I can see if the man got emotional or the man got out of... She's the one sitting up here talking about logic. Oh, well, you don't follow logic and and this is why you're this. Oh, you come here to control a woman. Who do you want to control? I don't want to control anybody. I use logic. It sounds like you use them. I'm gonna let you go. Why? I've not called anybody any names. I've not cut you off. I've not talked back to you. Every question you've asked me, I've answered. And I've answered like, well, why is that your stance? Well, why is that your stance? Because of morals. I don't think, well, morals what? Because I think if she would have given that man a chance to even further explain, that man would have continued to cook her. That's exactly what he was doing. Cooking you. This woman, Canada's dating coach. This is why women are single. This is why modern women are single. Instead of answering the question, instead of actually coming up with something logical, this is what they consider logic. Look like a loser, man. That's what I'm saying. You look like a loser.
I also think there's something what I call fear of a better option.
What do you mean fear of a better option?
Fear of a better options. You go on a date with someone or you're seeing someone and you see something that slightly bothers you. There's always going to be a better man, a wealthier man, a prettier man.
Just letting you know that's a baby. That is an emotionally immature baby.
Yes, but it happens.
That the second they interact with conflict, they start looking for another option.
But I think it stems from all of the swiping and all the social media and everything that we have at our disposal.
You know what happens to people that are emotionally immature?
Yes.
They start to gravitate towards narcissistic behaviors and characteristics very rapidly.
Very quickly.
And they have zero regard towards other people.
None.
And they are on the whim of whether or not the wind blows left or right. That is not an embodied person. That's an emotionally broken person.
And it's a lot of people in today's day and age.
And let's be real. I think that there's a tremendous amount of emotionally broken individuals out there. Tremendous amount of it.
What's the body count?
Mine's at like 50.
Just goodbye. Goodbye.
If you're a loyal, good man and she's constantly riding your ass about, let me see your socials, let me go through your phone, who are you talking to, what are you commenting on? Fellas, that's a sure sign that your girl ain't faithful. She's the one that's doing some bullshit. Because I can tell you right now, she feels guilty. If you know within your heart that you are being loyal, faithful, all of the things because you are a good man, but she comes at you sideways almost every single day, she's the one that's being shady. Stay safe in those streets, guys.
I found this scrolling on social media. Let me know what y'all think about this.
There's a huge disconnect happening between men and women right now, and I want to share something I've been realizing about why men seem to be getting better while most women are struggling more. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Men have all these platforms teaching them accountability and how to level up, but when I look at what we as women are consuming, it honestly made me realize something important. Men have podcasts like Fresh and Fit and Jocko podcast teaching discipline, Jordan Peterson teaching accountability, David Goggins teaching mental toughness, and there's so many more. They're consuming content that pushes them to build themselves up and take responsibility. But I started noticing what we as women are consuming. Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Call Her Daddy, Girls Gotta Eat, Real Housewives, Love Island, and there's just so many more. And I realized this content is programming us to create more drama, feel more entitled, and expect things without bringing anything valuable ourselves. I see influencers like Sheer7, Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle, teaching manipulation tactics, and others like Ari Kitsia, if that's how you say it, promoting OnlyFans culture, teaching us that our value comes from our sexuality instead of building actual skills or character. So we have reality TV teaching us drama, podcasts teaching us entitlement, and influencers teaching us toxic behaviors. While men are learning discipline, accountability, and how to build real value. I think the reason men don't consume this toxic content is because they don't tolerate drama. But we as women tend to be more drawn to emotional and social content, which makes us more susceptible to this programming. And the media industry knows this and exploits it. And here's what I've noticed. Whenever a woman tries to hold other women accountable, we get defensive and attack her for it. I keep seeing comments saying, this applies to men too, and although you're right, here's what I've observed. Men seem more willing to consume content that challenges them, while we gravitate toward content that validates us. The accountability content for women exists, but we're less likely to engage with it positively. When women try to help other women grow, we often get called pick-me or accused of having internalized misogyny. Men have an entire ecosystem telling them to take responsibility and work harder, and they listen. We have way more content telling us we're perfect as we are and that our problems are someone else's fault. I've realized that most of us don't want to be challenged. We prefer to be validated in our dysfunction. Meanwhile, men are embracing tough love and actually improving themselves. Men are consuming content that makes them better. We're consuming content that makes us worse. And then we wonder why there's such a disconnect. If we want better relationships and lives, we need to start consuming content that challenges us to grow, not content that validates our worst behavior.
Let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments section.
The fastest way to lose a good man, it's not cheating. It's becoming his biggest source of stress. He's already fighting the world, work pressure, money, expectations. If home feels like another battlefield, he won't stay long. Men don't leave because someone prettier shows up. They leave when peace disappears. If every conversation is a challenge, every decision is questioned, every moment feels tense, that's not partnership. That's pressure. He doesn't need a competitor. He needs softness where life is hard. Respect where the world doubts him. Loyalty isn't controlled, it's created. So if he's distant, ask yourself, are you his peace or just another problem?
9 times out of 10, a man is going to stay busy because he can't afford to let his mind wander.
Gamma bias is a modern cultural phenomenon whereby women's achievements are magnified and men's failures are magnified. It manifests like this. Media frames female success as earned and male failure as chosen. Schools then adopt this bias. The paradigm that they operate under is like this. Boys do bad things because they have bad character. Girls do bad things because they are in a bad circumstance. Eventually, women earn more degrees. Women are the ones that are staffing human resource departments. Then this bias is written into hiring policy. Human resources departments elevate women and remediate men. This consolidates institutional control. Family courts view fathers as a risk and view mothers as default custodians. Men lose access and pay subsidy. Then they withdraw and validate the bias. Criminal justice codes male intent as malice and female intent as misfortune. Men serve longer sentences for statistically identical crimes. Female majority legislator then codes this template into statute. Bias calcifies into law, law calcifies into custom, and custom turns into the invisible truth.
The difference between an immoral woman and a godly woman is not just self-control. It's who's actually running her life. An immoral woman is her own God. She trusts herself, her feelings, her wants, her logic. And if it makes sense to her, she will do it. And if she feels it, she'll follow it. If it benefits her in the moment, she'll justify it. There's no conviction. There's no pause. There's no fear of God. She doesn't ask, is this right? She'll ask, do I want it? She'll deal with somebody she already knows is not good for her. She'll put herself in situations she knows better than. She'll move off attention, validation, lust, vibes, and still sleep at night because in her mind, she does not answer to nobody but herself. And that's the difference. A godly woman does not move like that. Not because she's perfect, not because she's boring, but because she knows she's not the highest authority in her life. She does not trust her own understanding over God. She knows her feelings can lie. She knows her desire can trick you. She knows lust be loud. So even when she wants it, she'll stop. Even when she likes him, she'll hesitate. Even when it feels good, something in her spirit be like, nah, I'm cool. That's conviction. And conviction ain't about rules. It's about accountability. A godly woman knows God sees what nobody else sees. So she's not worried about how it looks. She's worried about how it sits on her spirit. And that's why she does not move reckless. That's why she does not give access easily. That's why she does not crash out emotionally. And the Bible literally says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Meaning, if you only listen to yourself, you're going to lead yourself straight into mess. And a moral woman lives off her own understanding. And a godly woman submits hers. And that's why one is always in chaos and the other one got peace even when she's single. One needs attention to feel alive and the other knows who she is. One follows desires and the other one follows discernment. And this is the part people don't like hearing. A godly woman will walk away from something she wants because she cares more about her soul than the moment. And a moral woman will keep going and just hopes it does not blow back on her. So what do you do with this? You stop making yourself the authority. You stop calling impulse intuition. You stop saying, I feel, instead of asking, is this wise? You stop moving like you don't got an answer for your life. And at the end of the day, everybody's going to stand alone. And God does not care about vibes. He cares about obedience. A godly woman understands that. And that's why no matter how quiet it looks, no matter how slow it feels, God always got her. Because God does not miss.
Men, get off your ass and go help your wife or your girlfriend in the kitchen. Because I promise you, she's probably way too hot for you anyway. You should be lucky she even gave you the time of day. My ex-boyfriend used to come over to my house every Saturday and Sunday. And before he would get there, I would go to the grocery store and prepare all the meals, cook all the meals. And I did this for him and I for weeks. And eventually I got so fed up of doing all the cooking and all the cleanup afterwards. So I brought it up to him and I said, hey, it would be nice if you could contribute a little bit. He was so okay. Every single weekend, watching me in the kitchen, not offering his assistance, not contributing. I can't help but wonder to myself, did this man even really like me or did he even really respect me at all?
The argument here is that why are women always able to say, you're not doing enough in the area I need you to do? But if guys ever turned around and said, well, you're not doing enough in the area I need you to do more in, there would be like a rebellion.
The reason women be feeling real masculine, I guess, or the reason it's like an imbalance in the house is because the women they're not being helpmates. Help your husband achieve his goal. Boom, once y'all get him off the ground, once y'all build him up, then we go work on you. You're the helpmate. That's why y'all be struggling and stuff. And y'all be wanting to be mad at me in the comments when I be saying, when you be trying to do a whole lot, when you trying to be the breadwinner, when you trying to be the boss, when you trying to run your own business, when you trying to have kids, when you trying to raise kids, when you trying to be a wife, you trying to do so much at one time. That's why you like mediocre in all areas, every area. And then you wondering why it just ain't working out for you. Because you're being masculine. Help that man be a helpmate, man. We ain't got but one job here. Be a helpmate, carry some babies, give birth, raise these kids. I mean, y'all can be successful and do all that other stuff, but if my man getting it, I'm good. I'm good. That's how y'all got to think.
Essentially what she's saying is keep the main thing the main thing. So many modern women get lost in doing their own thing and leave the family behind. And then when they fail, ain't got nobody to pick them up and lead them, then they mad at the man for allowing them to fail. You went out on your own. You didn't want to be part of this family, you remember?